Hi everybody, my name is Patience and I'm so excited to talk to you guys today. Today, I just wanted to talk about antidepressants. I've been on antidepressants for about 2 months now and I feel like it's just really changed my life and I can't express how, I don't know, I'm very grateful to be talking to you guys right now. Let me close this window. But I'm just really happy that I get to share this information with you guys because I used to be really emotional, very depressed. I did not think I was going to make it. I was just out here raw with my emotions and just really hypersensitive. But I feel like I gained a lot of control over myself since I took these antidepressants. So I don't know, I just want to tell you guys about it. So I wrote down some stuff, some questions that I made up myself. And okay, so the first question I got here is, why did I start antidepressants after being sad for so long? So ever since I was younger, I've been really sensitive. I felt like people didn't really understand that, and as I'm getting older, I noticed that it's kind of not normal how sensitive I was and the things that would really hurt me and stick with me. Someone could say something to me and it would just hurt me physically, and I didn't know why, and it was really tough to grow up in school like that because people just you're just an easy target basically. All my life I was really sensitive, and I think some stuff happened in my childhood that I wasn't supposed to see. I think some wires got fucking crossed along those lines, and I was really hypersensitive. And then my dad died in 2015, and I never really had a relationship with my mom. So yeah, or we did when we were younger, but our relationship, we don't have a relationship anymore. So I think that was just weighing on me a lot as I was getting older, and it was just making me become a toxic person. I was blaming all my issues on my mom. I was blaming her on making me this way. I was blaming the person I was with for not treating me right. Just blaming everyone except myself. I didn't feel good about myself. After growing up with no guidance, I feel like it was just weighing on me for a long time, and I didn't notice it because I don't know, you just grow up and you don't think that your life is very different from everyone else's. So then I went to school, and I think going to college was a very important thing for me just because it was the first time that I saw, oh, people don't grow up in abusive households, you know? I didn't even think I was getting abused because I'm not getting beaten every day. That's what my mom made it seem like if I wasn't getting beaten every day, then there's nothing wrong with me. But yeah, I don't know, after going to college you kind of realize oh, my life is kind of different. But why did I start taking antidepressants after being sad for so long? Basically, I grew up to be really toxic. I grew up to be really angry at the world. I don't think I dealt with things the right way. I would smoke like a fucking chimney for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So much, an embarrassing amount. Yeah, and I didn't eat. Literally, it was just starting to become I was not about to, I couldn't live like that. I literally could not live. It was turning into life or death situation, and that's why I started taking antidepressants, because I had my last episode and I was just I do not want to live like this anymore. I'm breaking up with you, because I had lost some friends from that episode, and I'm bitch, I'm tired of your shit. Looking at myself I'm even tired of you. We're not doing this anymore. You're not about to sit here and want to hurt yourself or feel bad about yourself every time some shit goes wrong. That shit is annoying. Literally, I would feel like shit. I would make myself feel so bad about myself after an argument, or if I disagree with someone or whatever. I was living in a mental prison, and I have so much empathy for who I was. But anyway, why I started taking antidepressants, because I had a very big episode and I exploded. It was not cute, not pretty, and I just really sat with myself and reflected on why that happened. And at first I wanted to blame everyone else. I wanted to be this person did this to me and blah blah blah, and this is why I got mad, because at the end of the day I'm the only one that understands myself, you know? So it's like, I know why I blew up, and that's valid, but I don't know, the reaction was just not valid at all. So anyway, that was the first time excuse me, I'm getting kind of lost in my words. My reactions were getting bigger and bigger at small things, and I wanted that to stop, and I didn't know how to stop it. So I was a very emotional person. I would take everything to heart, and I sat on the floor and I broke up with myself. I'm like, bitch, listen, you're about to live for a long time. Like, you don't have, like, I'm a healthy girl, and I'm about to live for a long time. I assume that, like, why assume I'm about to fucking die? And I didn't want to live like that anymore. That was a terrible way to live. I took the antidepressants because I just really wanted to fix this shit. Like, it's so much shit to unpack up here. I knew that I was not able to do it just because I was so sad and so depressed, and I just needed help. And yeah, so I started doing antidepressants because I wanted to stop being so sad, and I wanted to stop having my emotions and impulses take over my life. Being emotional instead of logical, or like having your emotions go over logic, can be extremely dangerous. If this sounds like you, please, I hope I'm not rambling, but I just really am trying to explain this. Okay, question 2. That was a 6-minute answer to a 1 question. So how did I know I was depressed? I knew I was depressed because I wasn't satisfied with anything. Nothing could make me happy, not even myself. I had problems saying no, problems with control, problems with impulses. I knew things that I shouldn't be doing, and I would do them anyway. And I know that sounds so simple, but you can fuck up your life by like having the answers in your hand and like just throwing them away. And I just feel like I was starting to fuck up my life. I'm 22. I have so much time, and I was just really disappointed in what I was doing with it. Yeah, I knew I was depressed when nothing would satisfy me, even the things that I wanted. I interviewed my favorite poet. Her name's Melissa, and she's just, I love her so much. I got a chance to interview her for this grant that I won. And I got a chance to give out money to some local creators, and that's supposed to make you happy. That's like a life thing that I wanted to do. That's what I want to do with my life. Yeah, is to get local creatives paid for the work they do. And I had an opportunity to do it. I was just so numb to it. I was very numb, not excited. I wanted it to be over. And I feel like you're depressed when even your good moments don't even feel like good moments. They just feel like numb. It's like, whatever. You're depressed when you kind of just have no hope for yourself, or when that light is just dimming and getting lower and lower, and then like you can't see it anymore. And then you're like, what's the fucking point of living? Literally, what's the point of living if your mindset's like that? And I'm not saying it was something that was beyond my control. That's where the antidepressants came in. And people are so into manifestation, so into like, oh, you can do this shit yourself, blah, 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 if you journal or work out. And it's just like, babe, you have to have a step to get there, to even want to wake up, to even want to complete your goals. You have to have a mindset to even like want to get out of bed. And people don't realize, like, you're lucky if you feel like you want to get out of bed every day, you want to just attack this world, and like, if you feel like you can just take everything that comes onto you, and like God just didn't give you anything you can handle, cool, great. But there's some people in this world that they don't have those wires in their brain. Some people in this world have seen shit that they weren't supposed to see, have been through shit that they weren't supposed to have gone through, And it's like, yes, everything happens for a reason, but some people literally can't emotionally take what happens to them without getting some sort of help. So what happens is we grow up and we just stack all this bullshit, all this pain, all this bullshit on top of each other, and we do nothing to fix it. We do nothing to heal it, because Like, sometimes we don't even recognize it as pain until it's too late, until we explode on someone that we love, you know? And honestly, what took for me to change was just being extremely disappointed in myself. And yeah, that's how I know I was depressed, when I would just wake up disappointed in myself every day, because my impulses and my emotions would take over what I wanted to do in life. Okay, 3. How did I get antidepressants? I went on a website called PlushCare. You pay $100 and you literally, it's the easiest thing. You pay $100 and you get set up with an appointment, a psychiatrist. You fill out 100 question survey about your mental health, where you're at. And I told the doctor, I was already familiar with Lexapro. I did my research and I really thought it was the medicine for me. I told her and she said it was a great idea, that it's a great to cope with things, and yeah, she was all on board, and it was prescribed to me in like the next hour. So that was about, at the end of the total cost of all that for the first month's supply was $150, but yeah, it's like monthly. So I guess I pay like $100 for the membership and then like $30 for the pills. So yeah, PlushCare, I'll put it down in the description. How long have I been on antidepressants? Do I feel better, and what are the results? So I've been on antidepressants since June 21st. So today is August 28th, I believe. So I've been on it for a little over 2 months, and let me tell you, I feel like amazing. And I don't know, this is like real shit. I just can't believe this shit is legal. Like, the fact that I can go to a drugstore and get drugs and that like actually help me become a better person feels illegal, because I've been smoking weed my whole fucking life, and that shit, it just does nothing. It doesn't add to me, you know? And just to finally get a pharmaceutical drug, and people are so against like the myths, the stigmas. I'll get to that in a second, because it pisses me off how stigmatized medicine is, and especially within our community, black communities. It's almost like we just don't want to take advantage of medicine, and we want to be sick just because all the myths around it. But anyway, I'll get to that. How long have I been on it? Do I feel better? What are the results? Okay, 2 months, a little over 2 months, and I feel absolutely better. I feel like I have control over my body, control over my emotions. I feel control over myself. I feel like I understand myself. I feel empathy towards myself. The person that I was, I feel like separated, but also obviously I was that person, so I understand her. I just want to hold her. I want to be like, babe, it's okay, like, you're sick. I was honestly just sick, and I've been through some really unfair situations. Everyone has. And it was just my responsibility to fix it. And I'm not saying I'm fully healed, I'm fully rehabilitated, because I'm not. It just was this was like step 0. This took me to like step 0.5 of my life. Like, literally, if you think it's gonna change your life, it might change your life, but it's not. It's like if I gave you a gym membership and you just like, yeah, if I just gave you a gym membership and you want to lose weight, it's like I can't do the work for you, you know? You have to do the work. Yeah, it's like if you want it, whatever. You get the fucking point. I feel absolutely better. I feel like I have, like I said, a lot of control over myself. I haven't really been triggered, honestly. I don't think I've been in the space to get triggered, so I don't know if that's saying anything, but I haven't exploded on anyone. I haven't got super angry. I just felt like all my life I was stacking up shit, and I don't know, I'm finally taking the steps towards healing in a healthy way instead of just taking controlled substances. But anyway, what are the results so far? So the results are, I just feel like my emotions are more out the way and I can think logically. Like today, it'd just be the simplest shit that changes. Like today I just made myself some coffee, and I was like, you know what, Pay, you need to eat before you drink that whole thing of coffee because you're going to feel like shit. And that's just such a thing. I know that sounds simple, but it's like I did not eat. When I say I did not eat, I would eat off survival. I would have me a banana, get hungry hours later, have another banana. Like, literally, I did not fucking eat if I just wasn't hungry. So just the simple things like eating. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you had problems eating and you're just like at a restaurant and someone's like, are you gonna eat like your food? And people just think like, oh, she's like trying to, I don't know, be cute. And it's like, no, bitch, I'm just depressed. My emotions were so heavy that I couldn't even do simple shit like eat. It just be simple shit, bro. I couldn't go up to people because of my anxiety. I couldn't stick up for myself. I can make a whole video on like just the results from it, but overall, I just feel more confident in myself, and like I have a foundation for myself that can't be like moved by anyone, and that's everything, you know. By the way, I take 20 milligrams. So I started at 10, and then 2 weeks I took 20. And then I just want to talk about some myths on antidepressants and why people feel like they don't, why it's like common for people not to take them. They think that it's gonna make them want to kill themselves. Well, like after spending your whole life kind of like not caring about death and kind of wanting to hurt yourself in a variety of ways, after I spent my whole life doing that, I made a decision to like not ever think about it again before I took these pills. So one tip that I would have for you if you were thinking about taking Lexapro is that you have to make a decision that you're not going to take your own life and you're not going to hurt yourself anymore. And I know that sounds like, I don't know how that sounds, but you really have to make a promise to yourself, because people think, oh, you go crazy, you're going to want to kill yourself. A more realistic version of that just bluntly stated myth is that maybe that you're going to forget to take your pills one day, or maybe that you accidentally take 2 pills. And what's going to happen is your mind is going to feel like a noisy room, and you just have to have that foundation for yourself that I'm not going to hurt myself. And I know that sounds scary, but what happens when you take another pill or you don't take a pill is like you're still on a drug. You have to remember that you're still on a drug, and yeah, things can get scary when you're on drugs, but it's only if it's misused or not used properly, in my experience. Like when I accidentally took 2 pills, it just felt like, I don't know, I was doing this gradual like evolvement, and then one day after making one mistake, it was like maybe all that progress, it felt like all the progress I did wasn't real, and I had a tough time like understanding what was happening. But what I now understand is I'm on a drug, and once I make a mistake on something like that, if I take 2 a day, if I forget to take 1, things are gonna happen. Like, and you just have to really have a foundation for yourself. You have to be strong-minded. Like, I'm not about to hurt myself right now. It'll be over, and it is gonna be over like the next day, once you start taking your pills. I can go more into that. I kind of just want to wrap this video up because it's kind of getting long, but it just really makes me mad that there are so many myths on antidepressants. People are scared that the main thing is they don't want to be dependent on something. But for me, I was already dependent on weed. So it's like, what the fuck is taking a pill every day? Like, it just seemed like, okay, live a better life and take a pill every day, or be depressed. It's a pretty easy decision for me, and it just really, I'm really happy I did it, man. And if you guys have any more questions, anything that you want to ask, anything that I didn't say, like I said, I made these fucking questions up, anything, please let me know. Comment down below. I really want to continue to talk about this, and yeah, this was just my experience, and I hope that this video helps. And dude, I just hate that mental health medicine is just so stigmatized in our communities, because I think that the plan is that we want to be sick, and that's what like they want. they want us to be sick. So I feel like the fact that we don't take advantage of these things, man, I feel a lot better is the point to this whole thing. I feel more in control of my emotions. I feel more logical. I feel excited for life. I feel excited every day when I wake up. I feel like I want to attack the world now. I feel like I have enough emotional capacity. Like, dude, I didn't think I could have a kid because I was so sensitive, because I just didn't have that emotional capacity. I didn't think that I could work certain jobs because I didn't have that, I wasn't strong emotionally, you know? But now I feel like I can do anything I fucking want, you know? I feel like nothing's stopping me, and please just try it. I don't know what you got from this video, but the last thing I want you to take from this is, like, you're gonna read reviews. If you're a person that's thinking about taking Lexapro and you just stumbled on this video, is that the reality of it is you're gonna see a lot of reviews that people wanted to kill themselves on this drug. It was the worst drug they ever took. It didn't do anything for us. And then the other half is gonna be like, it fucking changed my life. It was the best thing I've ever did. The thing is, you'll never know unless you try. So I just say, you've got nothing to lose. If you're watching this video, you've got nothing to fucking lose. So try that shit. All right, I'll see you guys next time.